Knock, 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 knock. Alright guys, welcome back to Umineko When They Cry. That was a very silent welcome into a new part of Umineko When They Cry. I did not expect that. There was not even a boonk noise, there was nothing like that. It just said knock, 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 knock. But yeah, alright, let's recap last part. So last part, they found the goal. Let's go, Pog. Not, yeah, Battler and Erika through Erika found the goal together with a little bit of a guide help from Kinzo, even though Battler said in blue that was just illusion. So yeah, we're good. And yeah, they went in, they found the gold. Erika Furudo, or Furudo Erika, I should say, said that she's not interested in the gold at all. She just wants to see the world burn, basically. She wants to see Jessica get angry, mauled, and she wants to see how the family is gonna counteract that. So this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a very fun situation. With Battler being hailed as a new successor by some of the family members, right? Kitty and Rudolph would be like, "Yo, that's my kid right there. He's the new successor." And other, and so the other family members would be like, "No." And it's gonna be a weird dynamic between the siblings, cousins too. You know what I mean? Jessica will be like, "What? What? You think you can take over, Battler? Oh, this, or maybe no, maybe I don't think Jessica would react like that actually, because Jessica doesn't really. I mean, she cares, but she's not like she wouldn't treat Battle like that. I don't think. But she's that. It's gonna be a really wild meeting, family meeting. So I'm hyped. Plus, the first fight is gonna happen soon at some point during the night, or before before the day tomorrow when they find the bodies. Uh, so included with the first Twilight, and then we're gonna see Furudo Erika claim that Nazi's the culprit. Oh, we're in for a good time. We're in for a good time. So yeah, let's just keep going. Why am I wasting y'all's time by talking? I really wanna keep reading and see what the family's reaction to Battler's solving is gonna be. Battler was thinking about actually keeping it secret, right? Similar to how Eva and Rosa were doing. Uh, Battler was doing it for different reasons, of course, but he still would have rather kept it secret because he knows if he went out public with it, uh, he knows that the family would have been kind of wild about it. The family would have gone haywire. So he wanted to make sure his revelation would work. But of course, Furudo Erika was not having any of that. She's sadistic. She wants to see Jessica Byrne. That became her goal for solving the riddle halfway through. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Knock, 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 knock. Accurate. Is that Genji? The sudden sound of someone banging fiercely on the door brought Natsu to her senses. She had probably nodded off in the study while planning how they would overcome the next day. But what could it be? At a time like this? It's currently almost 11 p.m. It's definitely 10 p.m. at least now, so. More importantly, the knock itself was strange. If someone had wanted to contact her, they could have just used the internal phone line. She had told them that she would be here. Have you told all the family members that she'd be here? Huh. Or just the servants? Realizing that something strange was going on, Natsu shook her head one more time, completely throwing off her drowsiness. Ah, here we go. You're about to meet your child, Natsu. Yeah, it is almost 11 p.m. I was right. I was right. Alright. So yeah, okay. Alright, time to meet your child, Natsu. You're the young man, your son. Imagine. Imagine I'm right about that. I doubt it. But it's probably gonna be Genji or something. Genji this. The phone lines have cut off. As classically happens, it happens every episode, so. Oh, wait, what? Okay, not what I was expecting. I was expecting Genji, but to be fair, they were knocking a fierce amount, so this would make more sense if it was someone panicking. I have something urgent and vital to talk to you about. Ooh. It was Eva's voice. Ooh. What is this? I thought I told them to lock the doors and windows of the mansion tightly after everyone left for the guest house. So is Eva here? How did she get here? Ooh, Natsu ran up to the door, responded with a small knock, and spoke through the door in a quiet voice. Wait a minute. What do you want? Keep your voice down. I was surprised to hear Natsu. Why are you in father's study at this hour?
静かになさいと申し上げています。当主様が何よりも沈黙と静寂を好まれることをお忘れですか。今はそんなこと言ってる場合じゃないのよ。ご宅はいいからとっととここを開けなさい。お父様を出して。当主様は先ほどお休みになられたばかりです。何のご用か存じませんが、明日私が伺います。あんたなんかに用はないわよ。いいからさっさとここを開けなさい。
Sometimes all one's schemes and assumptions can fall apart due to the most direct, simple, and emotional of strategies. This is bad. If I open the door, Eva will probably throw herself forwards and rush into the study. Now, I can't even open this door. Oh! At that moment, the phone suddenly rang. Ooh, this is getting spicy. Why is the phone ringing? Is it one of the servants? It's alright. Both of the keys to the study are here. Oh! And right, the study can't be opened with a master key. But I didn't know it had 2 keys. I didn't know the study had 2 keys to itself. Okay. Oh, she meant the internal key. Right, because there's a key that can lock the door, and then there's a key that, from inside, that will open the auto lock. Right, because when the door closes, the study, it auto locks. So there's the key that you can use to open the door from the outside, but there's also the key inside the room that it's like a button or something you can press that will open up the door, and that will turn off the auto lock and let you open the door, even if you're outside, if that makes sense. From the person, but the person inside has to obviously allow it to happen. So that's what I think that's what she means by 2 keys. Because I've never heard of the study having 2 keys. But okay, but I think that's what it meant. No one can open this door. Natsu inched away from the door and grabbed the receiver. Moshi moshi? It's Natsu. Is this going to be Genji or is this going to be the young man once again? Oh, it's Cross! Things are bad, I want you to come down to the parlor quickly. Bad timing, Cross. Natsu is in the study right now and she cannot open it or else Eva will know the truth. So she can't really be doing that, Cross. That will be detrimental to you. It was from Cross. His tone was strained. What in the world happened? Alright, they've already told them so. It seems that Bad Raccoon and the guest called Erika solved the witch's epitaph and found the gold. They've already told them. Impressive. Alright, now this is gonna get spicy. This is gonna get spicy. Is that true? Rudolph and the rest of soldiers will burst away in. Let's go, Rudolph. Don't miss the chance to get your gold, mate. They're saying that Rattler-kun is going to show us all the way to the location of the hidden gold. Right. Eva is just outside the door yelling at me to open it. If I open it now, she might push her way into the study. I'll be there soon. Don't worry about Eva. I'll give you a signal once I've gotten Eva away from the door, so leave as soon as you hear that. Be ready. Right after that, Cross came up the staircase, accompanied by Genji. Hey, Eva, it might be time to... No, not Eva. Natsu, it might be time to do the Kinzo's missing trick. A heated debate started between him and Eva. Open up! No, calm down. In the middle of that, there was a small knock as a signal. Cross had skillfully pushed Eva away from the door and distracted her. Alright, Cross. During that gap, Nazi slipped out of the study and quickly shut the door. Eva noticed this, and her face twisted in disappointment. But the heavy sound of the auto lock had already rung out, and the door had been sealed. So we're not gonna get to see Battle Riche? Why did Eva get her whole witch coronation? Why doesn't either... I at least give it to Erika, because Erika's essentially the one that solved it, not Battle, let's be honest here. Give us... what's her name? Erikiche. Give us Erikiche. What's up? Why did Eva get her own Beatrice, but neither Erika nor Battle do, and they solved the riddle? What's up? The different Battle did help her out a little bit, at least according to Byrne's interpretation of the events that happened. Well, the Battle would probably just follow along in reality, but... Is there some reason you can't tell father about this? Cross, do you hear how ridiculous you sound? The epitaph has been solved. It doesn't matter what strict orders. This goes beyond that, mate. That's wild, mate. Not when the epitaph has been solved. Okay, the master's sleep must not be disturbed no matter the circumstances. Okay. Father has a right to know straight away. Oh, okay, the two of us, yeah. That's already because the head's representatives. It's Eva, please open up. Hey yo, Cross. Alright. Here we go, it's getting violent, everybody. That's good from Genji, to be fair. When Genji spoke firmly, the two finally ceased their scuffle. That's good from Genji, it's good for Cross and Nazi that Genji is acting like this. It seemed that Genji, the one who had spoken for Kinzo since they were very young, still possessed an air of dignity strong enough to handle both Cross and Eva. Let's go. Eva put her argument aside for the time being. She could worry about that after seeing the gold with her own eyes. After all, not even she had yet seen it for herself. Oh, she has in episode 3. She has. She was the one that solved it. But, you know, she got the whole witch coronation, and we got to see Eva Trice. Why don't we get to see that for Battler or Erika? This is crazy. This is a hoax. I can't believe it. Nazi and the others had managed to deal with this crisis somehow. However, the demons' move, which would sneer upon their efforts, was already in motion. I feel like a lot of help is an understatement. I feel like Erika did basically everything. But alright.
たどり着くとは。
どうするのです、ベアト。碑文の謎を解く者が現れたなら儀式は取りやめる約束ですよ。
そういう取り決めであったな。
And then it still continued in episode 3. Eva teacher kind of continued it after solving the riddle. So what's up now?
そういう取り決めだ。
Uh-huh. So will the first Twilight go on or not? And the second and third and fourth, etc.?
バトラ様はどうやら黄金鏡の主となられるおつもりがないようだ。
He just wants the money.
我らの主となる者はもはや現れぬようですな。
それもまた運命です。ゴールドスミス教とのご縁で人間の世界に権限して数十年。とても楽しい時間でしたよ。やだ、リア。ババ臭い。
I mean, she is. I like how you call her Leah still. Cap, 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 cap. She's gonna get angry that you're calling her Leah.
で、どうするわけ？リーチェとゴールドスミスのルールなら、バトラが碑文を解き、主となることを選ばない以上、私たちはこれでお役御免じゃないの？
そうであるな。私に未練は何もない。いつでも呼吸とすへ蹴落とされる覚悟はできておるぞ。
What the heck is Cocytus?
待て、そうはいかぬ。そなたの心残りはないかもしれぬが、わらわはまだ夏日に仕えておるぞ。バトラが碑文を解いたからお役御免ではあまりに義理を書くというもの。魔女は契約違反を許さぬが、不義理もまた許されぬ。
When have you witches ever shown gratitude? Nah, this is cap. This makes no sense. But okay, I'll give you you're not allowed to break contracts. But I don't know about the fail to show gratitude bit.
でしょうな。親族会議を終えるまではきっちりとお使いするべきでしょう。
となると、ゴールドスミス教ももうしばらくはお役御免とはなりませんね。無事に親族会議を乗り越え、せめて夏日様にお別れの挨拶と。もしできるなら、これまでの努力をねぎらわれるべきかと。
あれもよく具足を支えてきたものよ。
貴様など片刃をもがれた打天使ではないか。揃わぬ翼なら置き土産に捨てていけ。
それもよかろう。夏日ならば我が翼を背負うにふさわしいかもしれん。
Is that why he's called the one-winged eagle? Right, tear off the other wing and then you have a no-winged eagle. Give the other wing to Nazi, she gets the one-winged eagle. That's why it's a fallen angel. Instead of a two-winged eagle, now you only have one wing.
しかし、ここからが正念場となるぞ。褒美は用意した。無事にこの試練を乗り越えてみよう。夏日。
Oh, okay. All the family are just gonna go down to where the gold is at. Alright, that's one way to that's a quick time skip over to here. Alright, we're back to the gold again. Happiness of Marionette bonus. This is the gold soundtrack. The mountain of gold left everyone speechless. Regardless of how strongly they had believed in its existence, no one could look at this much real gold and not be shocked. Now everyone knows its existence, everyone can see it. Cross, you for decades have not been able to find this place, even though you lived on this island. That's wild, mate.
おやつめ
Everyone was stunned by the gold. The first one to break the silence and jump around in ecstasy was Hideyoshi. Oh. Letting out an excited laugh, he clung to the wall of gold, and he felt the cold, hard touch of it all over his cheek. Alright, Hideyoshi.
こりゃすごいでほんまもんやで
Yeah, you happy about this, Rudolph?
親父めこんな黄金をこんなふざけたところに溜め込みやがって
これだけあればもう何も怖くないどんな試練だって乗り越えられるローザ
Oh, Eva clinging to Rosa right away. That's nice.
姉さん姉さん
The two sisters. This is great.
これで私たちは幸せになれるよね
Eva and Rosa started walking towards each other at the same time and hugged each other. Ah, as they broke down crying. That's great. That's wholesome. That's wholesome. I can't speak. Ecstasy and shock, wonder and sighs. After stepping forward in front of the pile of gold that caused these mixed emotions, Erika spoke as though she were an announcer in some show.
この世が金ならこの黄金は幸せの結晶です
That's why we're in the Golden Land.
おめでとうございます皆さんこの発見が皆さんの人生をより豊かなものにすることを心よりお祈りいたしている
Nah, we know what you're really thinking. That's not what you're praying. You're praying for this to fall into chaos. Because remember, now that they all know the gold exists, you think it's gonna go smoothly as, oh, now all their lives are happy ever after again? Woohoo! Yeah, nah. Now chaos is about to start, I think. Especially if the murders keep going, right? I mean, I know Beato and Kinzo promised that, you know, that the ritual would stop, so the murders would stop if someone solved the riddle. And I do feel like the culprit wanted Battler to solve the riddle. So now that Battler's done it, maybe we won't see any deaths this episode? That's a really funny joke by me, haha. No deaths this episode, haha. I'm hilarious, aren't I? Yeah, now people are gonna die any which way we see it, but I at least want to know the reasoning. Why will people die even if the gold has been found? And why, and does that mean that the culprit didn't want Battler to solve it? Then what does the culprit want? Does the culprit not want Battler to solve it? Who do they want to solve it then? What's the point? Then I want to know all that stuff. But okay.
脱帽だわこの島に来て丸一日さえ過ごしてないあなたが碑文を解いてしまうなんて
That is actually really impressive. I mean, I don't want to say that all of you family members are dumb. I do want to put this on Erika's intellect more so than on you guys being dumb. Especially you, Kiria. You're really smart, so...
一日で解けないなら何日をかけようとも解けません
Damn, okay. I don't know about that one.
灰色の脳細胞はひらめきを与えるのに瞬きする以上の時間を必要としませんので
What are you talking about? You've been saying little gray cells for a while now. What does that even mean? What are little gray cells?
そして私一人ではこの謎を解くことはできませんでした
Oh, what? Are you gonna say Battler and the other family members helped you out?
バトラさんの功績もどうか称えてあげてください
Yeah. Alright. Now it's just gonna be chaotic. Now that you're even giving Battler credit, it's gonna be chaotic. Because now Rudolph and Kitty will want him to be the head, and... Yeah. And Cross, oof, and Nazi, oh, this is gonna be problematic. What does Battler have to say to that, huh?
私はこの発見を放棄します推理が正しかったことが証明されただけでもう満足していますので黄金発見の功績のすべてをバトラさんに譲りたいと思います 私はここにおりますが、イボをもらえますか？どうぞお話をお続けください。
Yo, she's a menace. She's a menace. Hey, by the way, I may be here, but just continue discussions. I'm not. Yeah, don't worry. She's a menace. She's just wants to see the world burn. She's like, hey, yo, listen. I just want to be a spectator. I'm gonna set chaotic things in motion, and now I'm gonna spectate you guys arguing and killing each other. This is gonna be fun.
バトラさんはいとこの皆さんに気づかれぬように大人の皆さんだけを呼び出しました。それが意味するところはただ一つ。皆さんに本当の親族会議を開いていただきたいからに他なりません。
Rudolph is all for it.
エリカ、勝手に仕切るんじゃねえ。
これは失礼しました。
Oh, I'm just a spectator. My bad, my bad.
それでは議事の進行役を譲ります。では誰に？
She doesn't want to be the facilitator. She just wants to be the spectator. She's a menace. Yo, she's a menace. We all know what she's thinking. She's a menace. Shrugging, Erika looked around at everyone. After a short period of silence, Eva made the first move. Here we go.
昼間の取り決め、全員忘れてないでしょうね。
Smileless Sorie. What? Are you gonna somehow say that George deserves to be the successor because he's the eldest cousin? Nah. What's up? How are we gonna make this? How are we gonna do this, Eva? What's the deal?
ああ、4人で25億ずつを山分けだ。
Oh, that deal. Okay, good.
そして次期当主にはさらに100億。
Woo! Battler, let's go. W, mate. 10 billion yen. $10 billion. That should be what, $100 million. Yo, Battler, you're living good.
お待ちなさい。
Wait, just a moment. What? For what? Wait for what?
黄金の発見が次期当主を決めるなどと誰が決めたのですか？
Wait a minute. So, Nazi, you and Cross will be getting 2.5 billion, which is the equivalent of what? $25 million, right? $25 million is really good. I mean, surely Cross is good with his businesses if he gets that amount of money, right? Right?
おっと、そうはいかんで、夏日さん。これまでずっとそれを前提に話を進めてきたはずやで。
Perfect. This is going exactly like how I expected, like how Erica expected. This is going exactly like how y'all expected to go. Here we go. The chaos is starting already.
今さらそれは白々しいとちゃうんか？
そうだわ。
Oh, Rosa joined it in. Let's go.
使用人の誰かが碑文を解いてしまって次期当主を名乗るかもしれないって怯えてたのは夏日姉さんじゃない。
どこにもそうだという明記はない。
卑劣感。私たち全員はそういう認識だったでしょうが。
そうだぜ兄貴。今さら手のひらを返そうってのか？
明文化されてなくてもそれは間違いなく私たちの共通認識だったはず。話にもならないとおっしゃるのはどうなのかしら。
当主様の碑文を勝手に解釈されるのは困ります。
This is great. Ah, the world is burning, and it's nice.
黄金を見つけたらそのものが次期当主になるとどこに記されているというのです。当主様の碑文は当主様が決めたもの。皆さんに決めつける権利などありません。
Yeah.
夏日、落ち着きなさい。
これが落ち着けるというのですか？
He's told her to calm down a lot every time they get in an argument with the family.
確かに碑文を解いた功績は素晴らしいと思います。
Yeah?
バトラ君にも何かの見返りがあっても良いとは思います。
Okay.
しかしそれが半分というのは明らかに逸脱していますし、それ以上に発見者だから次期当主という論法はなおまかり通りません。
Saying that the reward should be half of everything here is clearly over the line. Listen, I'm not gonna butt in on who becomes successor or not. But I mean, yo, you solved the riddle. You do deserve half of it, to be fair. You know what I mean? I mean, Battler did all the work, and I mean, obviously he didn't do all the work, but Erica has officially given him the honor of having done all the work. So I'm just saying.
卑怯だわ夏姫さん。今日の昼間にしてた話と全然違う。
同感だぜ。明文化されてなくても碑文を解いた奴が次期当主になるってのは俺たちの不分率で最前提だったはずだ。それをこの土壇場でごちゃごちゃ言い出すのはフェアじゃねえぜ。ああ、フェアじゃねえ。
とにかくこの黄金はお父様の黄金です。お父様の許可なく勝手に分配を決めていいものではありません。
Oh, here we go. Alright, the father card.
そらない。そら卑怯やで、ナツさん。わしらその話を延々と昼間にしたんやで。昼間の話を全部チャラや言うんか。そらあんまりやで。
多数決で決めればいいのよ。黄金を発見したバトラ君が次期当主。私も夫も異議はないわ。ルドルフたちは
Of course, they don't have any objections. What the heck? It's his parents. Of course, they're all in for it. Yes, yes, my son solved the riddle. Yes, what?
ローザは
My son is the new successor to the family. Of course, that's best case scenario for Rudolph and Kiria. Rosa should probably not have that many issues with it either, because all she cares about is the money for her design company and Maria and that, and she wants to find happiness in her love life. So Rosa probably isn't aiming for the succession to the head to begin with. The biggest issue was probably going to be, well, obviously Cross and Nazi, but maybe you would have objected to it too, Eva, because you wanted George or whatever, you wanted to become the successor yourself. But okay, since you have no objections and Hideyoshi doesn't, then alright.
異議なんかねえぜ。バトラ。
That's going, son. Although, actually, is he son? I don't even know at this point. I don't know if Battery is Riddle's son anymore. I mean, he could. What if Battery is actually Nazi's son? Oh, that. Oh! If Battery is actually Nazi's son, I mean, someone did call Nazi going, hey, yo, I'm gonna curse you from 19 years ago. And Battery's actually not Nazi's son or something, not Riddle's son. That will complicate things so beautifully. Because then, maybe Nazi would then have to be the mother to the successor. Oh, how will that work? Especially if Battler is the son of both Nazi and Cross. That would complicate things extra, because then technically Cross is still, you know, the previous head of the family in a way, and Battler gets you know what I mean? How would that work? However, if that is true, that would make Battler and Jessica blood-related siblings, which means that scene in episode 1 becomes even more weird. I mean, it's already weird, but now it becomes even more weird. There's multiple scenes where he was trying to grab her boobs and talk about how, you know, her body had grown, quote unquote. That obviously that becomes extra weird if they are blood related siblings like that. But I mean, we can just forget it happened. All right, like that scene. I take it as it didn't happen, alright? It was just the visual novel's way of introducing the characters, alright? Different culture, it's fine. We'll just leave it.
私も異議はないわ。
Rose has no objections.
バトラ君は非分に選ばれた正当な後継ぎ。
And Rose was the one that gave me the wink and smile when she was like, hey, Battler, if you solve the riddle, give me a bit of it, huh? Wink, smile. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
不満ならお父様に直接聞けばいいんだわ。
Ooh, yeah, where's Kenzo, huh?
そうね。夏日姉さんの言った通り、碑文の謎を出題したのはお父様。そしてこの黄金の本来の持ち主もお父様だわ。だったらお父様に話を聞くべきじゃないのかしら。
Yeah, now they fully got him.
バトラ君という発見者はどう扱われるのか。それについて決めていいのはお父様だけのはずだわ。
それは
What do you mean by? Nah, there should be no counter argument to that. That's a very good point from Kitty and Rosa.
だから落ち着けと言ったのだ。
ローザとキリエさんの言う に聞きましょうよ、お父様に。もはやね、兄さんたちの出番じゃないのよ。
せやせや
You're on the ropes, Nazi. You're on the ropes. Nazi and Cross, you're in a bad spot here.
お父さんを連れてくんかい。あんたらじゃ話にならへん。ほんまの親族会議を始めようやないか。眠いから明日にしろっちゅう問題に見えまっか。これ舐めとったらえらい問題になりますぜ。おう、聞いとるんかい。お前らじゃ話にならん言うとるんや。たったとお父さん連れてくんかい。
I've never seen I've never seen Hideyoshi's personality switch off like this. This is the first time Hideyoshi's become so, into this. Typically, he's, laid back, and even in these family conference situations, he's always, at least like laid back about it. But now, the gold is here. He was the first one to laugh about it and all that stuff. He went up and hugged the gold and stuff. So he's saying, "Alright, we're through with you. Alright, like bring father down now." This is a rare occurrence for Hideyoshi. Might be a little insight to Hideyoshi's true personality, or more of an accurate personality.
親族会議っていつもこういうのなんですか？
Yes, Erica, this is beautiful, and you did this on purpose. You knew something like this would happen. You knew this was gonna be exciting.
俺が知るか。
腹の中ではいつもこうなのでしょうね。どうもこの場は金蔵さんじゃないと収められなくなるみたい。
Honestly, for Nazi's sake, this is the best time to pull out the Kinzo missing card, because if Nazi pulls out if Nazi pulls out the Kinzo's missing card, then that is the only way she can escape from this. Oh, I can't find Kinzo. He seems like he's missing. Oh no, where'd he go? There we go. And now they can't prove that he's not actually missing and that they're hiding the dead corpse. So we have a devil's proof going on, and this is the only way Nazi can get out of this. She has to pull out the Gap card. She has to call in Gap. Yo, Gap, help me out. This is the only way.
子供の喧嘩に余命あとわずかと宣告されてる今になってもまだ呼び出されるなんてどういう気持ちかしらね。
He feels dead. He feels like a corpse. He feels dead. Although you probably know that, don't you, Frudo Erika? You probably already know. I'm sure you're smart enough to I've already figured out that he's already dead.
それを想像いいえ推理するのもおつなものです。
Deducing that, alright. Just the presence of Kinzo makes deducing that trivial for Frudo Erika. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what you're gonna say? You're gonna say catchphrase again? The parents ignored Battler and Erika and kept yelling at each other on and on. Even though Battler had more or less imagined that this sort of thing happened behind the scenes, this was the first time he had seen it. He had suspected it since 6 years ago, and he'd been able to get a pretty good idea of what this was like by the darkening expressions on his parents' faces when this time of year drew near. However, this argument his relatives were having before his eyes was much more ugly than he had imagined. Well, it probably is uglier than usual, to be fair, right? It's probably not this ugly. I mean, it's probably very ugly originally, but it's probably uglier now because you found the gold battler. So it's gone amplified. It's like an op amp in an electrical current. And in an ideal op amp. He was very He was very glad that he'd called the adults out here without letting the cousins catch wind of anything. Oh yeah, fair enough. Jessica would have been an interesting piece to have over here. Perhaps because everyone was tired out from this seemingly endless argument, they took a short break. It was decided that this family conference inside the Golden Land should be moved over to the mansion. This place may have been gorgeous, like a VIP room, but there was no ventilation and it was a little cold. It wasn't well suited for a long conversation. They thought of the possibility that someone might carry the gold away while their backs were turned, but it wasn't as if anyone could manage. I'm gonna say that doesn't make sense. What possibility? That makes no sense. But it wasn't as if anyone could manage much with just human hands in a small amount of time when they had 10 tons of gold to deal with. Yeah, no way, no way. Like, someone could steal a couple ingots, sure, but I mean, come on now, let's be realistic. Nah, I mean, no, the gold is going to stay there. For now, at least, they're not. While your backs are turned onto it, for now, nobody's gonna be able to steal it all. Don't worry. Even if they steal a few ingots, I mean, what's up? I mean, it's heavy. You can't steal. You probably won't be able to steal more than like 4 or 5 in your hands. It's gonna be rough either way. It's heavy. 1 ingot is how many kilograms? 10 kilograms per ingot or something? Isn't that what Battler said? Or they suspected it to be 10 kilograms? I don't know. I don't know how much 1 ingot is, but it's probably very heavy. It's gold, so. In fact, it even seemed as though having this mountain of gold in the background was robbing them of the ability to make sound decisions. So they agreed to return to the mansion, in part so that they could regain their composure and continue the conference more ruthlessly. Back to the mansion we go!
それでは私は今夜はこれで失礼します。
Retire.
これ以上はお邪魔でしょうか。
あ、悪いな。気を使わせちまったか。
あなたへのお礼は明日改めてさせてちょうだいね。恥ずかしいところを見せてごめんなさい。
Sorry for letting you see such an embarrassing side of us. Ah, Rosa.
あなたは辞退すると言ったけど、
But we'll give you some of the money.
私たちはあなたへの感謝の気持ちを込めて第一発見者の一人にふさわしい分け前を用意させていただくわ。ねえ、兄さん。
Nah, yeah, she definitely deserves some.
君ほどの人我々の事情は察してくれると思うかね。
20 billion yen in gold wasn't something they wanted out in the open. They didn't want an outsider like Erica telling people about it. Of course, Erica had already deduced that much. Deduced in quotes. She wore an unpleasant smile on her face, as though she understood all too well.
私のことはお気になされなくて結構です。もちろん妨害する気はありません。したところで証拠を示せる限り誰も信じないでしょうし。
It's true, just that's another thing. I mean, who's gonna believe you, right? Imagine a random, 12-year-old looking girl, and you go out in public and you go, hey, yo, by the way, you know this rich family live in this mansion? There's 20 billion yen of gold, worth of gold in an underground area in the island. I mean, they may believe it's true, but even then it's like, you know, you know what I mean? Whatever. It's not gonna do that much. It's true.
今夜は良いものを見せてもらいました。眼福でしたので、私はこれでもう十分です。
It was truly a feast for the eyes, so let me assure you that I'm more than satisfied. Alright.
そうね、10トンの黄金なんてなかなか見られるものじゃないもんね。
Yeah, that's not what she's talking about though, Eva. Yes, it's not every day you get to see 10 tons of gold. That's not what Erica's going for. Getting to see the gold was the feast for the eyes? Of course not. Yeah, that's not what she's talking about. We know though. We know. At this point, Erica, yeah, she's a menace. From Erica's dark nature, it was easy to guess what she was so happy about seeing. Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't the gold she's interested in. We know this. I thought about telling her to get the hell out of here already, but I wanted out myself. I tried to head back to the guest house along with Erica. However, Kirie-san grabbed my shoulder. Oh, Kirie?
バトラ君はダメよ。あなたも一緒に来てちょうだい。
Oh no. You're gonna have a battler attend the family conference, are you?
せやせや。
Darn right, you're gonna attend.
君は今や立派な次期当主なんやで。お父さんにお目通りして早くそれを認めてもらわんとな。
Gotta go see if I can make it all official. Battlers all like, what sort of mess have I gotten myself into now? Oh no. I don't wanna do all this.
それを決めていいのは当主様だけです。勝手なことを決めないように。
バトラ面倒だろうがもうしばらく付き合ってくれるぞ。お前は何も言うな。黙ってうつむいている。
That's crazy.
分かった。
好きにしようがね。
It would have been easy to say that I had no interest in being successor to the head, but I was sure that would only add more oil to the fire. Even if I hadn't been ordered to keep quiet, I was certain that staying shut up like a clam was the wisest thing to do. In that case, would it really be so bad if they just let me go back to the guest house? Dad put his arm firmly around my shoulder, and I told him to quit crowding me. But it didn't make any difference.
気分解けたな。お前のお望み通りに。
Is he talking to Beato? He is. Okay. He is talking to Beato.
お前がゲームマスターの時にはいつも手紙が来るもんな。
It's true, we haven't gotten any letters this episode. I guess it's because Landa's the game master and she's interpreting that there's no letters involved. No, but there are definitely letters involved in the other episodes because Battle was seeing them.
碑文を解いてみろ。
So maybe maybe it's because the epitaph was solved so early, or maybe it's because the culprit has seen that okay, they're getting close to solve the epitaph. I don't need to send out those letters to have them solve the epitaph because they're doing it anyway. So it's working. It's working like how I wanted it to go.
解けなきゃ皆殺しだ。
Why did she want us? Why did she want to make us solve the riddle of the epitaph? By solving it, we found a mountain of gold. Yippee for us! Yay! And what about Beato? Does she gain anything by having us find the gold? Or does she do something?
チェスパン思考にのっとる限り、人は自らが損になる一手は打たない。
People don't make moves which cause them to lose something.
だからお前は、俺たちが碑文を解くことで何か得をするはずなんだ。
Yes, and I don't think it's a materialistic thing because I mean, come on, you're giving people 20 billion yen, right? You're giving them 10 tons of gold. Obviously not. It's gotta be something emotional, an emotional gain from it, and I don't get what it is, unless it's being a menace like Erika, unless that's the goal.
いいえ、碑文を誰かが解くことでこの子が何かを得ることはありません。
What? Okay, wait. This child has nothing to gain from having someone solve the epitaph. Okay, wait. Nothing materialistic. Do you count emotional gain as a gain? Like she has, I mean, yes, I already know that she has nothing materialistic to gain from solving the epitaph, right? From having someone solve the epitaph. But maybe she gains happiness in knowing that. I think, okay, what if the goal is for someone to succeed Kinzo, and that was her goal because Kinzo ordered her to have someone solve the riddle, right? Before he died, and then he died, and then she was like, all right, let's try to have people solve this riddle, right? She wouldn't gain anything from it. She's just continuing on Kinzo's mission because she has she's indebted to Kinzo maybe, and that's why she's having people solve this riddle. In that sense, that you have an emotional gain, but you're not really gaining anything materialistically, right? So this red truth, I still think is kind of to be expected. But at least now we know she's definitely not gaining anything materialistically in that sense.
いいのか、こいつに断らずに勝手に赤き真実を使っちまっても。
この子もそれを望むでしょうから。
I mean, it seems like right now she doesn't want anything. She's a doll that doesn't want to speak or express herself in any way. Regalia, who had suddenly appeared there, gave me an immediate answer to my question with the red truth.
俺は過去にベアトが碑文を俺たちに解かせようとするのは
Was because she would want the gold for herself, but that never made sense.
黄金の隠し場所を見つけさせて横取りするためだと推理したことがある。
Yeah, but to me, that might have made sense of the very, very start, like in episode 1. But the more episodes went by, the more that explanation doesn't make sense. Because her method of going about having you all trying to solve the riddle to find the gold wouldn't make sense if she was trying to do it so that she could snatch it away, I think.
それも違うのか
Yes, that does seem wrong. That doesn't make sense.
第一、もともと黄金鏡の黄金はこの子のもの。見つけさせる必要も横取りする必要も何もありません。
Right, because that would mean she knows the location of the gold, right? That would make the most sense. And if Beato is the culprit, and whoever the culprit is Beato in the island, then the culprit has control of the gold. They know where the gold is. They know how to solve the gold. Or they know how to solve the riddle. They already know the solution. They know everything. But they specifically want someone else to solve it so that they can become the next head or something. Which, if you argue about it in that sense, Nazi being the culprit makes absolutely no sense. In fact, not any of the siblings being the culprit makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If we see it from this perspective and we flip the chessboard, it makes no sense that any of the siblings are the culprit. It would only make sense if the culprit is one of the cousins or more likely actually the servants. Right? If you think about it this way, Jessica being the culprit makes 100% more sense, a million times more sense than Nazi being the culprit, than her mother. Right? Or even my theory about it being involved with Kanon. If Kanon is involved, that would make so much more sense than if Nazi is involved. But Nazi has the motive though, and I don't see what sort of motive Kanon would have to kill people. I wonder, is the culprit's wish to have people solve the riddle of the epitaph, is that correlated to them killing everybody? Or is it like two separate things? Are there two separate factions going on? One faction we have the culprit that's killing people, and another faction that is a completely different person that isn't the culprit that wants people to solve the epitaph. And these are two separate people that are against each other, or at least have no involvement with each other. I want to say no. I want to say they are the same person. I want to say that the person that's challenging them to solve the riddle is the same person that's killing them as well. Which means now that they solved the riddle, why would they continue the killings anyway? If, I mean, obviously the killings are going to continue. The first trial is going to happen whether we like it or not. So then I'm wondering, if the epitaph has been solved, if that was the culprit's wish, what if the culprit stops now? It stops killing because the riddle has been solved. What if the murders from here on out happen not because the culprit is killing people, like in every previous episode? What if it happens from this point on because the siblings can't agree with each other? And they start making factions along with each other, and they start killing each other because they want the goal for themselves. That would be a good twist for episode 5 to have, where the culprit isn't the culprit anymore. The culprit that was the culprit in the same 4 episodes is now laid back. This riddle has been solved. They've done what is needed to be accomplished. So now the culprit, the real culprit, is probably just chilling back, whoever they are, and the killings aren't happening because the culprit is killing people, but because the siblings are now arguing over the gold, right? Oh, that would be something. But that would mean that the victims we're about to see next are most likely going to be from the relatives, from the siblings, right? Right? We're probably not going to see that many servants being victims unless the servants were in the same room, so they had to die anyway. We'll see though. Of course, Beato is Beatrice the Golden. She's the master of the Golden Land and the Schumer family alchemist. That makes total sense. However, if that's true, that makes me even more confused. Even if someone exposes the answer to the epitaph's riddle, Beato gains nothing. No, to the contrary, she might get her own gold stolen away. She doesn't care about gold.
ますますにわからない
But she doesn't care about the gold. She's even worse than Erica. Erica didn't care about the gold at all. It seems to me like Beato cares about the gold even less.
非分殺人はわかる後ろ宮家に対する復讐とかあるいは魔女としての力を復活させるための儀式とか
Both of those are valid in the Schrodinger's cat box.
こいつなりの理由や目的があってやってるんだろうからな
Yeah.
だが非分の謎を解けというのには どんな意味があるんだ。俺たちが解いても解かなくても、こいつに得るものは何もない。つまり、ベアトにとって、碑文の謎が解ける解けないという問題は、無価値なものなんだ。
Yeah, it's like I said, there's no materialistic gain for it. But there is clearly an emotional gain for it. There's clearly something spiritually she gains from it, right? Something that would make her, there's a reason, there's something that would make her happy if someone solved it.
そうですね。碑文の謎が解けても解けなくても、この子にとって得るものは何もありません。
Okay.
解けても解けなくても、何の意味もない。それはつまり、碑文の謎自体がベアトにとって無価値だということになるんじゃないのか。
I guess so. Other than having someone solve it.
そうですね。
In a way, I guess.
碑文の謎はこの子にとって何の意味もない。ならばそれを無価値であると極論しても言い返せないかもしれませんね。
Beato. Why are you making us solve the riddle of the epitaph? If you liken the witch you are to a pair of scales, the epitaph murders lie on one plate, and the riddle of the epitaph lies on the other plate. Because she's saying that she'll stop the epitaph murders if the epitaph is solved. In other words, the epitaph murders and the epitaph's riddle are worth the same to Beato. Like two sides on a balanced scale. Two sides on a balanced scale. That means that the epitaph's riddle and massacring the entire family have equal significance from Beato's point of view. But Virgilio responded with the red text. Regardless of whether the epitaph is solved or not, Beato has nothing to gain. If she has nothing to gain, then this epitaph's riddle is meaningless and immaterial to Beato. In that case, how much are the epitaph murders, which lie on the other side of the scales and are equal to the epitaph's riddle in value, worth to her? I mean, if the epitaph's... Well, I feel like someone solving the riddle is for her just as worthy as massacring the entire family, not the riddle itself. Think, don't stop thinking. The epitaph murders and some of the riddle of the epitaph have equal worth. Yeah, like you're saying, as long as the epitaph murders, which are Beato's goal each time, have the single way that they can be stopped, a way that she decided on herself, both are worth the same thing to her. Okay. X equals Y. Thank you. Thank you for doing the math, mate. Are those stochastic variables? And whether the epitaph's riddle is solved or not, Beato gains nothing. Y equals 0. That means X equals 0. So in this case, what is X? I mean, mathematically X has to equal 0 as well. But the murders are meaningless to Beato? Is that what you're telling me? Nah. Because no. Beato gets nothing from the riddle being solved. But she clearly wants emotionally for it to be solved, which means that there might be an emotional gain to the murders as well, or something.
Oi, oi. それじゃ、非分殺人もまた無意味、無価値ってことになっちまうぞ。
I don't like that math. I don't like that math. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
こいつはご丁寧に予告状を出し、碑文に沿うように順番にバレないように次々殺していくというめちゃくちゃ面倒な手間を払ってまで、毎度あのおかしな連続殺人を起こしてるんだぜ。その意味がなくなっちまうじゃねえか。
I don't agree with this logic, Battler. But if you're gonna start agreeing with me that Beato's a piece of crap, then I'm with you. Yes, argue in that sense. Finally, you're seeing the light. Beato's not a good person. Finally, Battler, you're starting to see the light. Don't get fooled by Virgilia. Let's go. I'm with you there. Listen, I'm with you there. I mean, I don't agree with this logic though. Your logic of the murders me being meaningless to her, I don't agree with that. But, hey, mate, listen. If it makes you dislike Beto like I do, then I'm with you, mate. I flipped over the chessboard many times exploring Beto's moves. This was always the first place I stumbled. The significance of the epitaph murders. Why did she have to commit serial murders in a way that reproduced the witch's epitaph? If she wanted to kill the whole Ushima family for revenge, it would be much simpler, safer, and more reliable if she just put poison into their dinner, or else went around killing people one by one in the middle of the night while they were sleeping. Very easy enough. However, I say easy enough, murdering people is not an easy task, unless you're a professional. Well, fair enough. Alright, however, on the first evening, Beato sends us a letter that sounds like an advance notice, and then carries out what could be broadly described as a 3-part serial murder. Wait a minute. On the first evening, Beato sends us a letter that sounds like an advance notice and then carries out what could be broadly described as a 3-part serial murder. Yes, killing 6 people in the first fight, 2 on the second, and 5 on the fourth and later. We aren't fools. Once the first murders occur, we barricade ourselves in somewhere to stave off any further murders. And yet further murders happen anyway, so you're clearly fools somehow. Furthermore, we quickly suspect a culprit among us and start analyzing... Among us? Sus. And start analyzing each other's alibis. As the victims increase, the number of suspects decreases now automatically, and Beato's chances of completing the serial murder drop closer and closer to 0. Wait, you mean they drop closer and closer to 1, right? To 100%. Beato's chance of completing the murder becomes more likely. Unless you're saying it becomes harder for her to finish the murders, because someone will have found the culprit. But I mean, more than likely, Beato has more than once faked her own death in the episodes, and acted like she was actually dead when she really was alive. For example, Kanon! Just saying, Kanon is probably involved, I'm just saying. Kanon seems involved to me. Everything about the epitaph murders is full of useless ornament and empty decoration. That only seems to make it harder for her to carry out the serial murder. Really? I don't know that. I don't read mystery novels, so I didn't know that.
この見立て殺人が行われる理由を俺は3つに大別できると思ってる。
Ho. Remember also, Battler, these murders are also connected to you, you idiot. Don't forget that. They're connected to you. That has been said in red. I mean, because a few people die, right? You know, that was said in red. So, Battler, you're somehow connected. So if you're able to remember your past, why is your memory so hazy, Battler? Try to remember. Why don't you remember your past, mate? Is your memory hazy? Try to remember, Battler. Try to remember what happened in the past. What happened 6 years ago? Why am I the reason for these murders? Because you're connected. And you're also surviving till the end of every episode. So you're connected, mate. It comes down to you, mate. And also, without love, it cannot be seen. And what are those? What are those?
気分に沿うことで証拠やアリバイをごまかし犯人に利するためだ。死んだふりをして自らを犠牲者に混ぜる古典もこれだし。
I mean, that has definitely happened so far in Umineko, I feel like.
非分に沿わずに殺人を犯し、その発生順序を誤解させることによってアリバイを作るのもこれだ。
The classic technique of pretending to be dead and mixing yourself with the victims is an example of this, as is committing murders in an order that doesn't follow the epitaph so that you can cause the others to mistake the order and give yourself an alibi. I mean, to be fair, how accurately is Beto really following the order? Considering Kindo's been dead at the start of every episode, but in episode 2 he survived until the very end, for example. So,
なるほど。碑文に沿って儀式的に殺していると見せかけて、実は自分に利するように誘導しているわけですね。
she could make it look as though she was carrying out the murders in accordance with the epitaph, when she was actually guiding everyone's thinking in a manner that benefited her.
面白いと思います。
That sounds interesting. 面白い. Hmm.
だが俺たちのゲームでは死者が赤でとどめを刺されちまう。ゲーム版の世界ではごまかせてもここから俯瞰する俺たちはごまかせない。だからこの最も王道となる目的は違うってことになる。
となると、見立て殺人を行うあと2つの理由は？
Give us the other two reasons, Battler. Since you read mystery novels, you read Higurashi. He did say that in episode 1 or 2, I think it was 1, that he read Higurashi no Nakakuro ni.
一つは偶然。意図せずして行った連続殺人がたまたま碑文をなぞる形になり、目撃者たちが勝手に見立て殺人だと誤解するケース。
And to be fair, to back up what Battler's saying here, I have something to say.
人間はどのような事象にも
Yep!
因果性を求めてしまう。
I was gonna say this, but I wanted to let Battler finish his sentence. I was gonna say, to back up Battler's claim, we humans tend to try and find patterns in everything we see. We try to find, oh, this is happening, and this seems to be connected, so they're clearly connected, even though they're not actually connected. Because we humans are really good at connecting things and making connections. And sometimes, when we're just so good at it, that sometimes we make connections when they're not really there, they're coincidences. And throughout history, there have been some really crazy coincidences. I mean, I've seen some videos on YouTube, for example. If you might be able to YouTube this, like, oh, most crazy coincidences in history, and you'll find some insane coincidences that you think there's no way that's a coincidence. That's probably on purpose, but no, it's complete coincidence. And coincidence can happen. I mean, I know Bern Castle is the Witch of Miracles, and she says that miracles can occur, but sometimes you feel like they can in the real world, you know, because some things are really wild, and we humans are really good in finding connections in things that aren't really connected. So coincidence is to back up Battler's claim here. It's fair. It's actually fair what Battler's saying.
きっとそうに違いないと思ったらそう見えてしまう生き物だ。
Yeah.
なるほど。それも面白いですね。ですが、どうでしょう。
It is not convincing. I agree. I don't think that's the case. What's the third reason? I want to see the third reason because I don't believe in that second reason.
この子のゲームでは、第一の晩の殺人以前に常に事件が予告されている。そして明白に非分殺人を遂行していることを示す手紙や状況証拠が次々に見つかるはずです。
ああ、そうだな。偶然なんかじゃない。ベアとは初めから非分殺人を見せつける目的で遂行している。
Give us the third reason, mate. Move on to the third reason.
俺たちが誤解してるんじゃない。
No, we're not.
これは明白な見立て殺人なんだ。
I agree that humans can sometimes see things as coincidences, but that's not what's happening here. So give us the third reason, mate.
だからこの理由でもない。
Give us the third reason.
となると、最後の一つの理由になりますね。
最後の一つは
Yep!
見せつける。
That is 100% what's happening. The culprit or Beato wants to show you the murders, and which is why from that I've directed that the culprit also wants you to be the one to solve the epitaph for some reason. But I don't know why, and I don't know who it could be. And I don't know why they would want you specifically to be the one to solve it. And I don't know why the culprit would want you to see the murders, Battler. And, of course, we know that the culprit wants to show the murders to people. We've seen this since episode 1, that the culprit has clearly been hinting at, hey, oh, by the way, the murders are here. People are dead here. Go check out the bodies, right? This has been happening since episode 1. It's been a running trend every episode that the culprit clearly wants Battler and everyone else to see that people have been dying. Why, though? Is it to force the battler to solve the riddle faster? To tell him, yo, I'm being for real, by the way. Solve it now, or I'll continue killing people. I won't stop the killings until you solve it, you doofus.
つまり恐怖だ。非分に沿うということは殺人が連続するという明白な予告だ。生存者たちは続くに違いない殺人にずっと怯えさせられることになる。
But why would Beta specifically want Battler to solve the riddle? Wow, Beta's nothing to gain for it. Does she want Battler to become rich? Yes, I'm doing this for Battler. Go, Battler, become rich, become the head. I want you to become the head. Why? Why Battler? Why does she want Battler to become the next head? Why Battler? Is there something I'm not seeing? The Beto or the culprit, whoever it is. Why? If the culprit was Nazi, this reason 100% doesn't make sense. The culprit is Nazi, by the way. I don't see how it could make sense if it was Jessica, but it would make more sense if it was Jessica than Nazi. But I still don't see how it could make sense. And I definitely don't see how it could make sense if it was Shannon or Kanon, like I was suspecting. I don't get it. Why Battler? Why is Battler involved? I don't get it. Besides, wouldn't both of them want either Jessica or George to be the one to solve it? If the culprit was Shannon, wouldn't Shannon want George to be the one to solve it? Right? Because she loves George. George, I want you to be rich. That isn't that the whole thing? Without love, it cannot be seen. Yeah, who does she love? She loves George. If Shannon loves George, she would want George to solve it. If Connor loves Jessica, she would want Jessica to solve it. Why Battler? What does Battler have to do with all this? When Battler was asked who he loved in episode 4 by Beato, he was like, I don't have anyone I love. Although he did joke about how he loved Beato, but I mean, come on, dumb joke. So,
つまりこの子は死の恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を。
と思うと割と収まりがいい。グロい遺体損壊も悪趣味な装飾も全て俺たちを怖がらせるための演出。
誰を怖がらせるためなのですか？
to terrify you, Battler, specifically you, mate. To make you confused.
だからそれは俺たちを。
It's for you, Battler. After hearing that one line Virgilia spoke so casually, my thoughts clouded over once again. Is it really enough to just use the vague word us? There are a lot of people in the Ushiroma family. There's the head and the one who holds the rank of his successor, grandfather and Uncle Cross. Our parents, who have some pull in the business world. On the other side, you have the young cousins, who usually visit at most once a year, and the unfortunate servants who just happen to be on duty. You also have Jessica, who lives on the island. Don't forget her. She doesn't visit once a year, by the way. Even if the culprit hated all of us, they probably didn't hate all of us equally. In other words, they might have made it clear which of those among us, sus. I'm not gonna do this song again. Among us, they particularly wanted to take revenge against and terrify. I mean, considering you're the last survivor every episode, Battler, and it was said in red that you're involved, Battler, it's you, mate! It's you! If you liken this to a kid eating dessert, isn't the strawberry on top of a shortcake the part you should eat last? No one tells you that you shouldn't eat it first, but our mentality leads us into saving it for later.
じゃあ最も恨んでいる人物を最後まで残したがるってことになるよな。
Wow! I wonder who that is. Wow! Think about it, Batter. Who's the person that has been left until the very end? I don't know. I don't like cakes, so I wouldn't know. I don't like strawberry cakes. I don't know about the cherry on top being the thing you eat last, because I don't eat cake to begin with. I don't like cakes. Guys, fun fact, I don't like sweet things, guys. I'll tell you guys right now. In real life, Amy Luffy does not like sweet things. I don't like eating cakes. Although actually, I do like some chocolate cakes, but typically I don't like eating cakes, other than chocolate cakes sometimes. But even then, I don't eat them that much. So overall, I don't like cakes, okay? I don't like sweet things. So I don't know, Battler. I don't know why you'd eat the cherry on top last. I don't know. Why does your mentality go that way? Who is the person they hate the most? And who's the person they leave out until the very end, Battler? Without love, it cannot be seen. Are you sure this is a hate relationship? Why does the culprit hate Battler? Hmm.
ああ、俺の好きな小説の好きなキャラが言ってたぜ。
You mean Higurashi no Nakikuroni? Well, who's your favorite character in Higurashi, Battler? Don't tell me it's Keiichi. Boo, bad answer. It's not Keiichi, is it?
そいつの親しいものから先に殺していって悲しみを味わわせてから最後に本人を殺すってのが
Hey, yo, that's harsh.
一番恐ろしい殺し方なんだみたいなことを
That's the worst way to kill someone. Dang, is it really? Is the culprit really doing this out of hatred for Battler? I don't know. They hate Battler so much. Wait, who's your favorite character in this novel you like? Who is it, by the way? I just want to know. Is it Takano in Higurashi? I want to know. Alright.
おやおや、恐ろしい小説もあったものですね。
Yeah, you think? Were you involved in that, Virgilia? You were you involved in the making of Higurashi?
クワバラクワバラ。
じゃあ最後まで生き残るやつが最もベアトに恨まれてるって論法になるぜ
Battler, come on, you baboonas. I figured this out in episode 3 when I made it. You guys remember how I did the statistics for it? About how. I don't know if it was episode 3 or 4. I included episode 4. And I was like, what are the chances of Battler surviving so many times in a row? And I calculated it to be 0.6%. And that is if he's only the top 4 survivor. If we imagine the fact that he's a top 1 survivor every time, the chances become 0.00 something percent. The chances of Battler surviving till the very end are so low. If the murders are completely random, right? If they follow some sort of roulette, like, well, now we know for sure this doesn't follow roulette. But if it did follow roulette, where the murders happen randomly and the people who die randomly, then Battler surviving till the very end would make no sense statistically. It would make no sense. Battler should have gone God eventually, earlier on in multiple of the episodes. The fact that she survived till the very end means that this roulette is statistically unlikely, and that someone is doing these killings on purpose and leaving you till the end on purpose, Battler. Because you're the one that always stays till the end, Battler. Remember. Why? Why are they targeting you? Why you? This is a question even I don't know, to be fair. I've reasoned this much already. I've already made this conclusion in my theory discussion video that Beato is leaving Battler till the end for some reason. But I don't know why. I haven't been able to find out why. I haven't been able to find out any person in the island that would specifically want that scenario. Would Kiria want that scenario? But there's so many issues with Kiria that wouldn't make sense if she wanted that scenario. I mean, yeah, she's connected to Asumu. Would Nazi want that scenario? I mean, if Nazi truly does have a connection with Battler to him being her child or something, then that changes everything. That obviously changes everything. Then not even the culprit is back to being the number 1 priority, in my case. Maybe number 2. I mean, Shannon is still there. But Shannon makes no sense because Shannon loves George. Wouldn't Shannon want George? No, that doesn't make sense. And Kanon is involved. No matter what, Kanon is involved. But wouldn't Kanon want Jessica? Jessica doesn't survive until the very end of every episode. She does survive until the end in a lot of episodes, but not in every episode. She does in episode 3, sure. She does in episode 1, sure. She does survive pretty far in episode 4 somewhat, but she still dies. And episode 2 she dies pretty early. She dies in the second Twilight. This is some bullcrap. I don't get it.
しかし毎回殺される人間も順序もめちゃくちゃじゃねえか最終的には死ぬにせよ最後の晩まで毎回生き残るやつなんて
Dude, are you dumb? Wow. Come on, man! It's you! Yes, it's you. Dude, she told you this in episode 4. Come on, Battler. You are the Watson of this story, aren't you? She told you directly in episode 4 that you're the one involved. Gaku, shock. There's only me. Yes, we know. Wow, that's crazy.
先に赤で申し上げておきましょう。
バトラ君は犯人ではありませんよ。
Can you include that for episode 5? I mean, Battler not being the culprit is kind of obvious to me. But is Battler also not the culprit for episode 5 as well? I mean, to be fair, the murders haven't started yet for episode 5. But, yeah, Battler's not being the culprit. I mean, I'll write down the red truth, but that doesn't help me much because we already knew this. We already reasoned this out, that Battler being the culprit is extremely unlikely. Very, very unlikely. If you take everything into account, the epitaph, the murders, the orders of the murders, everything, all the situations, all the family relationships. If you take it all into account, Battle being the culprit makes absolutely, it's so off the line that we already ruled that out. So
バトラ君は誰も殺してはいません。
yeah, all right.
これは全てのゲームにおいて言えるこ
This
と
can be
です。
said of all games. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Again, I mean, it's good to have confirmation of that at least, even though we were pretty sure about this. But it's good to have confirmation. Because yeah, technically, I don't think Eva's the culprit, but Eva's technically killed people, right? In episode 3. She's not the culprit, but she has killed people in episode 3, for example. So
ならなおのこと俺ってことになる。
yes, it's about you, mate.
こいつが非分殺人を起こす唯一の理由は俺に見せつけるためってことになる。
And also remember, Battler, your show match with Beato only started after episode 1 ended. So episode 1, you saw until the very end, that was still part of the culprit. But even if we ignore the showdown, I'm assuming everything that happens in the human world is happening in humane ways that make sense logically, and that no magic is involved, which means you're involved either way. Beato's always making out that she chooses to kill next by the roulette. Yeah, now that's cap now. For the longest time, I was... at first I believed it, and then as we went on, I was kind of just hesitating it. Like, is it really that really the case? Some of the things don't add up. Eventually, I started really doubting it, and by episode 4, I really just started just discarding the roulette completely because the roulette makes no sense at this point. There's no such thing as a random roulette. The murders, I mean, some of the murders she might have done indiscriminately, like, oh, it doesn't matter if I kill Goro or not in this case, but I'll kill him anyway, because, you know what I mean? But specifically, you being alive at the very end, that's no roulette. That's on purpose. So that you're good on that front. And possibly some of the other murders as well are not roulette. But I'm an exception. The only exception. Though she does kill me in the end, she always leaves me be until the very last moment. Yeah, so that you can go by with a boom boom, with an explosive boom boom at the very end. In all of these supposedly random games, there's only this one unchanging constant.
こいつは俺に復讐を。
I'm glad you've come this far, Battler. Now that you've come this far, Battler, start reasoning with me, alright? Because I already made this conclusion in the theory discussion video, right? So start reasoning with me, Battler. Why you? Why is it you? Do you know why? Because you're the only one that can help me here, right? I don't know what happened to you in your past. You're the one that has memories of your past. What happened to you 6 years ago? Why are your memories so hazy? Try to remember what happened to you in the past, mate. Please, help us out. Give me clues as to what happened to you in your past, and I can help you solve what really happened. And why... I don't know about revenge against you, but why she's specifically targeting you. I want to know that.
俺に恐怖を味わわせるために非分殺人を行っているというのか。
And now you've solved the riddle in episode 5, so what you gonna do now?
それは違います。恐怖を味わわせるのが目的ではありません。
Yeah, I mean, Battler hasn't really been experiencing that much fear in the episodes either. I mean, remember in episode 2, he was like, alright, I'm ready to die anyway. So he started getting drunk on alcohol. He stopped caring at that point. So...
誰かに復讐するためのものではありません。
So it isn't to have revenge on Battler. It isn't to have revenge on someone either. Then what could her goal be? It's not revenge. It's not revenge. Okay. So it's not... She doesn't hold a specific grudge against Battler for something he wronged her for. And to be fair, she did also say in Red that she had no relations to Battler 6 years ago. but it's still related to something Battler did 6 years ago. This doesn't make sense. So it's not connected to Battler and Beato or whoever the culprit is, but it's still related to something Battler did 6 years ago. Why? And it's not a grudge, it's not a revenge thing. Why? I don't have love clearly because I cannot see it. I don't know why.
なら
Uh-huh.
やはり非分殺人には意味なんてないことになる。
But she means something to her. Do you know what you mean to her, Battler? That's what we need to figure out right now. What is your purpose? What is your importance?
非分の謎も無意味。対となる非分殺人も無意味。X イコール Y イコール0。
Thank you for the translation in English. Thank you for the math.
だがその無意味をこいつは明白に俺に対して見せつけている。無意味なことと同価値の何を俺に求めているんだ。わからねえ。考えれば考えるほどにこいつが何を考えてるのか。
This is the bit I got stumped on as well, Battler. This is what I also got stumped on. I got stumped here. I don't get it. I made it this far already, but I can make it past this point because I don't know. Nah. And she's not replying to us, so she's just continuing being a doll. She can do her thing. Beatrice, the fickle witch who committed a meaningless, worthless serial murder. Alright, that's one way to describe it. Even the riddle of the epitaph, which she made into a condition to suspend the serial murders, is meaningless, immaterial. Yeah, so is she really going to suspend the murders now? I want to see, because the first fire clearly happened, 6 people clearly die. And she's thrusting this meaningless, immaterial thing in front of my face. What is it that she wants from me? Or else, what is it she wants to give me? Does she want to give you the gold? She wants to become rich? Is that it? Why does she want Battler to have the gold? She wants you to solve the riddle so you can become rich? But then why kill everyone close to him so you can find the gold faster? Why? My idea that Beato must have been taking revenge on me has already been refuted in red by Virgilia. Both X and Y. Both the epitaph murders and the epitaph's riddle mean nothing to Beato. X equals Y equals 0. However, since she's thrusting that in front of me, it must have some meaning. She presents us a pair of scales representing, if you don't solve the epitaph, I'll carry out the epitaph murders. Neither the epitaph murders nor the epitaph's riddle have any significance by themselves. However, it becomes meaningful when she puts both halves on the scales and thrusts it out before us. No, before me. You said us, and Virgilia repeated the us, and it was vague, and then now you realize that it's you. In other words, it should be like this. X equals 0. Y equals 0. X plus Y is bigger than 0. I take offense to this. I actually take offense to this. I take offense to this. I take offense to this. Mathematically, I take offense to this. Listen, visual novel. I don't know if you know this or not, but some of your readers, like me, for example, are engineers or engineering students. Okay, I'm an engineering student. I take offense to this. I take personal, deep offense to this. If you had put X plus Y is bigger or equal to 0, then I would have been fine with it. You should have put a line under the bigger sign. I don't know what it's called in English. Put a line under it to show that X plus Y is equal or bigger or equal to 0. Then I would have been fine with this, because then it would have counted. But nah, you're being a piece of garbage. No, bro. 0 plus 0 is not bigger than 0. This is bullcrap. This is horrific. I'm against this. Put the line under the bigger sign. Alright? And then I'm good. Because this makes no sense. Although we're dealing with witches, so mathematical logic may not make sense to witches. May not count. But I don't care. And to be fair, the witches create something out of nothing, which also doesn't make sense because you cannot, in physics, obviously, refer to the first law of thermodynamics. All right, energy cannot be created, It must be preserved. It cannot create energy. Alright? Refers to the first law of thermodynamics. Alright? I have an exam on it soon, okay? So, you know what I mean? Which might actually lead me to be recording less Umineko as the next several weeks come by. But, yeah, hey, listen. Once I'm done with the exams, I'll keep recording Umineko though. But, yeah, for next month, I'll have exams, so there might be a lot less Umineko videos than we're currently getting. Now you guys have gotten like 3 or 4 videos in a row now, 4 days in a row, but that will probably come to a halt very, very soon. And and once I start with my exams, then definitely no Umineko videos until the end of December, until close to Christmas. So yeah, you'll have to wait until close to Christmas for probably the end of episode 5 or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I don't like this. A scale with meaningless, weightless things on both sides. However, it has weight itself and gives the rest meaning. See, you can argue based on that, but do not use your dumb, useless math on me. Alright? Because that I disagree. I take offense to that.
まるで遊びだな。
Like playing chess? Asobi?
子供のじゃんけんみたいだ。
Rock, paper, scissors is the most immediate method of randomly determining a winner and a loser. You usually bet some sort of privilege on the outcome, but kids often do rock, paper, scissors just to play, without betting anything in particular. Unless you bet something, nothing but a feeling of joy or disappointment will come from a win or a loss. In other words, the two sides of the scales, winning and losing, are both valueless. However, the very act of seeing which way it will tip is the reason kids play rock, paper, scissors. After all, the kids are enjoying the communication that surrounds the game, and they aren't purely interested in the value of winning or losing. They aren't overly concerned about who wins and who loses.
それじゃベアドにとって非分殺人だ。成功してもしなくてもいいんだってことになっちまう。まるでその過程そのものを楽しんでいるかのようにさ思える。以前はな、無意味な殺人を繰り返す非道な魔女だと決めつけ、こいつを罵っただろうさ。
I mean, she is though. It absolutely is true. I don't know what you're talking about. That is true.
ありがと
Alright.
う。だから赤をもう一つ与えましょう。
Okay, wow, okay. So all I had to do was be nice to you and you give me one more red. So what if I had said that she was a heartless witch? You wouldn't give me this red? That's wild. I would not have gotten this red privilege. I'm getting red privilege that I don't deserve because I don't agree with Battler.
ベアトは快楽目的で殺人を行っていることはありません。
Then okay, this really doesn't make sense to me. How? This makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. This is breaking my perspective of Beato. Because now I really don't understand Beato. Okay, wait. Are you sure about this, Virgilia? I mean, she said it in red, so it's clearly true. Really? Then I don't know. I don't know if you guys have been. I don't know if you guys read the comments under my videos, because some people will talk to me about something and then I'll reply. Typically, right? I don't know if you guys read the comments, because not everything that I reply in the comments I see in videos. But this is one of the things I discussed in the comments. And now, if you were involved in that comment chain, Now you'll see why I'm very out of the loop here. I really thought, in my head, I really thought Beth was doing the murders for pleasure. I really did. But now I really don't get it. Now there's so many things I don't get. Are you sure she must have... No, she must have committed some murders for pleasure. I don't get it. Is my dislike of Beto getting to my head so much that I just truly can't understand why she wouldn't be doing it for pleasure? In my head, the entire time, Beto's been doing this for pleasure. She wants to make Battler her toy. She wants to play with Battler forever. Right? And I thought what she ended up thinking, I mean, then explain why she's a doll right now. Explain why she doesn't want to play or whatever. Explain why she wanted to die. In my head, that was also all a trick. So I was thinking that everything that's going on right now is also a trick to fool Battler into thinking that Beto's, Beto's not in the game anymore. Before coming in and cackling, going, I fooled you. That is what I actually thought was happening. But now I really don't get it because it's said in red. Am I going to have to let go, or is Beto going to find a way to move past this red truth and laugh us because she's tricking us? Because now I really don't get it. So okay, I can explain to you guys what I mean. So my theory for Beto, or what I thought was going on with Beto, right? And this is the only way things were making sense to me, is that Beto was this cruel, heartless witch, like Battler was describing earlier. Battler saying he can't imagine that's true anymore, but I thought that was true. I was making sense of things with that mindset that Beto was a cruel, heartless witch, because that's what she's shown to us. I'm sorry, I dislike Beto. I don't understand why she seemed to do it for pleasure. I'm telling you, in episode, I don't understand what she was doing in episode 2 or 3. She was laughing at Rose and Maria being killed over and over again. Why was she laughing? That was clearly pleasure. That's how I was seeing it. That's why I was really hating her. I was like, come on, Beto, you're a prick. Why? You're laughing at my family members dying. She was laughing at my favorite character dying over and over again. Of course she's gonna spur hatred from me. What about in episode 2? What about when she made me her toy? Why did she declare? She declared in red that I was gonna be her toy. That was said in red. Make that make sense with this pictures. I was gonna be her toy. Don't you use toys for pleasure? Use toys for pleasure. Batteries for toy. It's for pleasure. That's what I always thought. And she'd commit the murders around him so that she could feel pleasure of him being miserable. And then earlier she gave us the red truth that she's not doing it for the sake of fear. But okay, she's doing it to make you feel sad or miserable to get pleasure from it. That's what I thought. Man, I've really gotten the wrong perspective on Beato's personality, because that's what I genuinely thought. But I knew it didn't make sense that my thinking was that way because of the themes of Umineko, right? One of Umineko's most central themes is to try and get understanding of others and not to just hate them, right? And to try and, obviously the whole, without love it cannot be seen, right? And you know what I mean? That whole thing, right? And that people always, they have a reason for doing their thing, and you shouldn't just, yes, what they do might be wrong, but you shouldn't just hate them for it, right? And I understood that central theme. I understand that central theme. I get it. But I still thought that made most sense for Beato was, and using that, obviously, with the central theme, I thought, okay, my thoughts on Beto don't really make sense. But I still felt like my thoughts on Beto were the things that made the most sense, because that's what has been shown to us, I thought. Right? Well, now the cracks are really starting to show, because she's not doing for pleasure. In episode 2, she turned me to her toy, right? She had me act as her human dog, right? She had me button up her dress. She had me kiss her feet. She had me crawl around naked like a dog. I really felt I really felt hurt by that. She called me incompetent and red. She laughed at my family. She killed my family members over and over. Which again, okay, maybe it wasn't for pleasure, but she was clearly laughing while doing it. Why was she laughing while doing it? Was it to provoke me? In what sense? Not for pleasure? Then for what? She was laughing at them. I remember her laughing multiple times, like, oh yeah, huh. Jessica died in that room. I'm having so much fun because she died and you're sad about it. That's what I thought was happening. In episode 3 solidified that when she started becoming a good witch again, and I'll help out Battler. And then she, at the very end, I was tricking you all along. This is so much fun. Being a witch is hilarious because I'm tricking you, and you're an idiot, and you're incompetent and red, and all that stuff. So I was really down this mindset of, okay, alright, she's a prick. But if she's not doing it for pleasure, then I don't get it. I don't understand Beato whatsoever. I am back to stage 0. Because my entire basis for what Beato's been doing is that she's been doing all this for the sake of pleasure. Although, to be fair, it does say Beato never committed murder for the sake of pleasure. That doesn't mean that Beato never did anything for the sake of pleasure. She might have done other things for the sake of pleasure. But at this point, as you guys are probably thinking I'm holding on to copium, right? Besides, with the with the visual novel central theme, it wouldn't make sense for me to hold on to that. But now I don't understand Beato whatsoever. Yeah. Now I understand. I don't get her at all. I thought she was a piece of crap that was doing everything for pleasure. Even though it didn't make sense with the visual novel central theme, I still went with it because I thought that's what made the most sense. If that's not the case, then nothing makes sense to me anymore. Why is she acting like a doll right now? Is she really not doing this because she's planning to trick me and laugh at me again? Is that really not what she's attempting to do? Because that's what I thought was going on. She's playing like she's a doll and acting like she's not part of the game, and then she's gonna appear at the very end and be like, I'm back. That's what I thought. But if that's not the case, then I'm truly lost. Then I truly need to revise everything from the very, very start and think about things anew. Because this really doesn't make sense to me. But okay, let's keep reading. I've babbled all this long enough. I've clearly had the wrong perspective on Beato. And you guys have told me multiple times in the comments, to be fair, that I've had that I should try to think about Beato differently. But I didn't want to listen to you guys because even if you guys are right, I didn't want to listen to you guys because I know that is the conclusion I would have come to had I played this visual novel on my own and you guys didn't tell me, I mean, this is the right answer and this is the answer. So I didn't want to listen to you guys. I wanted to make my own conclusions because I'm reading this visual novel on my own and I should be making my own conclusions. And I didn't want to go back on my word in episode 2 when I said I wouldn't forgive Beato so easily. And I still won't forgive Beato so easily. But now I just want to understand what's going on. More, I care more about understanding what's going on with Beato than forgiving her for what happened in the past, right? So now I just want to understand what's going on. I mean, if she's not doing it for pleasure. But I still don't want to go back on my word until I understand what's happening. I don't want to go back on my word, and and that's why I wanted to keep going on with my mindset. But I mean, yeah. She didn't do it for pleasure, and she didn't do it to make anyone feel fear. She has nothing to gain from the epitaph murders, and she doesn't care whether they succeed or fail. It's almost like a random game kids would play. Yeah, I agree. It must have meaning. Obviously, it's not a game for kids. There must be a meaning to it. Why? You guys really were against my Beato being Battler's mother theory, right? Because I said that, oh, Beato could be Battler's mother. But you guys were really, really against it. You guys really hard told me off that theory. So, which probably isn't a theory I would have hard cleared right away. But now that you guys have hard cleared it and told me, yeah, I mean, that's not true. Well, very, very clearly to me. Then I guess that isn't what I have to go for. Because maybe I could have tried to explain and reason things out. If Beato is Battler's mother, I could have tried reasoning things out that the murders are happening because of this and that. But no, that's not the case. Then... And to be fair, if Battler's mother is Nazi, that would really add to it. But no, it must have a meaning to her. It must have meaning. I don't get it. Beato's not Battle's mother? Why would she want Battle to be miserable? She's not doing it for pleasure. She doesn't gain anything. Why does she want Battle to be miserable? She's not doing it because she wants Battle to feel fear. Is it because she wants Battle to feel miserable? She's not doing it for hatred, is she? Did Vigil say in Red that Beta's not doing it for hatred? No, she did say that. She said in Red she's not doing this because she hates anyone. Or because of it's a grudge or something. That's right. So I guess she's not doing it to feel sadness? Why would you kill someone's family members if your aim is not for them to feel miserable at the end of it? Is there another reason to it? It really doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm really out of the loop here.
天秤の両端は無価値だ。こいつにとってこの天秤はしっかりと重みあるものなんだ。
Of course it isn't meaningless. Some meaning definitely exists. In the previous game, she urged me to remember my sin of 6 years ago. I remember that! That was important. The red truth did have you heavily involved. What did you do 6 years ago, by the way? Do you have no memories of 6 years ago? I want a flashback of Battle 6 years ago. I want to try and understand what's going on. Was that meaningless too? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That clearly is involved. But you had no connection to Beato back then. So, but I still want to know, what was that flashback 6 years ago? And to be fair, Kanon wasn't a servant 6 years ago. So if Kanon is heavily involved, and maybe Kanon is Beato then. If Kanon is Beato, Kanon wasn't a servant until 3 years ago. And Battle seems of 6 years ago has nothing to do with Kanon, and Battle did not have any relations to Kanon 6 years ago. Then it could add up that Kanon is Beato, to be fair. No. There's no way that's the case. I clearly remember the serious look in her eyes at that moment. Unfortunately, I didn't have a clue what she was talking about. And she was devastated. That's right. At that time, I'm sure she even went so far as to say that the crime wouldn't have occurred if I hadn't come. Yes! In red! You're the reason the crimes are happening. Why are you smiling like that? She's beginning to have life in her eyes. Oh! I laughed softly and poked Beato lightly on the head. Then patted her head. Why are you treating her like a cat, you prick? Why are you doing that? You're still treating her... Alright, she's made up done the murders for pleasure, but you're still treating her way too nicely, mate. She still killed your family. Yes, the murders don't have any meaning to her. But... You're still... The murders may not have meaning to her, but you're still... You know, patting the head of someone and taking care of someone that killed your entire family. For you, I guess, but still. Imagine. But that doesn't make sense either. But it doesn't make sense either. If she's doing this because she loves you, then what? That really doesn't make sense. Wait. If she loves you, why would she kill her? It's your whole family. And to be fair, you did say that you loved her in episode 4, where she was like, "Oh, do you have anyone you specifically love?" And then you jokingly said, you love Beato, you're my type," or something like that. And Beato didn't take you seriously. So... If Beato loves Battler, do any of her actions make sense? The only action that could make sense is the one where she protected Battler in episode 3 against Beatrice. That would be the only action that makes sense because she clearly protected Battler then. Yeah, because Battler was about to lose that fight. But she told him to cover his ears because then she would disappear. But how does that work? So, if Beato is just an illusion and she doesn't actually exist, and it's one of Battler's illusions, has Battler deluded himself to believe that a girl like Beato exists and that she's in love with him, and he's not even aware that she's in love with him until now. Has Beato really gone through making this whole intricate delusions in his head? Beato loving Battler. That doesn't make sense though. Why? Why the murders though? Why would she? Does she wants you to solve the riddle and find the gold because she loves you? She wants you to be rich because she loves you? But then why kill your family? That I don't get it. Even if she loves you, I still don't get it. That emotion doesn't make sense. But Miguel, what do you think? Do you think there's love involved? Without love, it cannot be seen to be fair. Maybe there is love involved. That would be a wild twist though. If all this was just a love story to begin with, definitely would not have seen that coming in episode 1 at any point, or episode 2 or whatever. But huh.
こいつが何を考えてるのか。アイクだが、俺は考えることをやめないぜ。まだまだチェス盤をひっくり返せ。
It's true. We gotta keep flipping the chessboard. We gotta keep thinking. It's true.
お前の思考を立てる旅を。俺は絶対にくじけないからな。
Class break. That's the end of that chapter, which means we'll end off the part there. Woo woo. We're doing 1 chapter per video now, per part, which is really good. That's some great progress. We're in chapter 8 now. The true family conference. It's almost midnight now of the first day. Saturday. It's actually Saturday in real life too. I'm recording this on a Saturday. So there you go, fun fact y'all. Battle did nothing but gaze lazily out the window. And I'm gonna do nothing but end the part there. Alright guys, we're going from battle in the other realm to battle in this realm, gazing out the window, and this is a good place to end it. Good transition from battler to battler. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. We've got a lot of red truths regarding Beato, and they've confused me even more. And we have to take a step back and try to start to think about things in a different way, because clearly things have not gone the way I've thought they've been going. So yeah, Beato might have some purpose that we don't see just yet. Without love, it cannot be seen. If Beato loves Battler, still things don't make sense to me, at least. But maybe we'll find out eventually. Other than that, the family found the gold. They've got shown the gold by Eric and Battler, and they're all ecstatic about it, and they're all arguing about it. So that's the secondary thing that happened this part. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry, and I'll see you guys next time for some more. Alright, y'all. Peace.